And then I will share the screen here and we can go ahead and get going. Welcome everyone to the first meeting after break. How is everyone doing? Are you all, huh? Oh, okay. Well, you are here, so. Were you all able to enjoy break? I know for many of us, break is not really a break so much, it's just a time to catch up. But I hope you guys were able to do at least a couple of things you guys enjoyed. I didn't get to do any traveling, but it's still fine. I'm gonna pull up a couple of things here. So yeah, big notable thing for this week, we've had a large bout of severe weather and just crummy weather in general around the entire country, especially here. It's been cold and rainy. Obviously down south, it's been a lot of severe stuff, which Anthony will be talking a little bit about today. You can see, this is what's going on right now. It's actually still ongoing. I don't think there have been any tornado warned storms today. I don't think it's really in the cards too much, but yeah, definitely a lot to look out for. Here's the SBC reports for the last couple of days. This was Monday. You can see a lot of tornadoes, especially down there in Texas. And again, for yesterday, you can see the severe weather continued. Obviously, we were talking in Discord a lot about the New Orleans tornadoes that were down there, but obviously throughout the entire Dixie Alley area, they were hit pretty hard. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff to look out for. Here are the reports for today. Again, nothing too much. There might still be a little bit of time left for super big severe stuff to go on, but this is probably about what we're going to see, depending on a couple of things. But yeah, the first thing I wanted to talk about was club t-shirts. We already have a lot of orders from you guys. I want to kick you guys off of that. It's going to be a pretty good success. I think we're already up to 25 shirts, which means we are already breaking a profit. Any more orders we receive will just be more money straight into club funds. So thank you guys for that. You guys have been very supportive of this. If any of you guys either want to add to an order or make an order, I know some of you haven't ordered something here, just let me know and I'll put you guys down. The main thing to look out for is we haven't gotten very many payments. I haven't checked in the last couple of days. Jax, I know you paid a little bit.
Well, it's for like 2 or 3 people on that.
Right. The big thing is the orders are ending Friday. I think we're probably going to place the order that Sunday, so a few days from now. So we're hoping for at least some of the order money to be in by then, so that we have enough money in the account to actually make the order. You have a question?
I mean, I'm the treasurer, but like, since you're on the thing, can you mark me for pay because I have cash on here?
Sure, I'll just pay. I'll mark it to you after the meeting. That's fine.
Did you put it in the? I have that with me. I have the cash and the thing. The bag that I gave you. Yes, sure. I have it with me right now. You're on yourself on the seat, girl. Okay.
Can I give her the money?
What?
I give her the money.
Yes, you need to give her the money because she has the money back. Are you paying in cash or you paying what? Oh, that works then.
How many shirts did you do? Okay, should I just put that in the bank or just keep it in the?
Huh?
Should I put it in the bank or just keep it?
We can leave it in the bag for now. We usually make deposits at the end of the semester, so that'll work just fine. But yeah, as I said, if any of you want to place an order, just let me know. Just put it down. Everything will be good. The other big order of business, next weekend, we are going to be going, well, actually, I guess Thursday of next week, we'll be going down to Ankeny for the Severe Storm Stopper Conference. Who here is registered for that? Okay, good.
I'm planning to.
Good. If you haven't registered yet, you still have time. They haven't sent me, at least, any of the actual registration confirmation stuff, so I'm assuming there's still time to do that.
Yeah, they typically do it. Last year, they did it before this.
Okay. And then Anthony very graciously talked about Thompson to get us some rooms, and so we've got that covered as well. So all you need to pay for is registration, and you'll be good to go there. The main question I have, actually, Anthony, is what's the method for everyone to get there?
Carpool, drive yourselves.
I'm fine with offering rides, or we can arrange some sort of carpooling thing. I need to oil change my car, but I can do that before this weekend, so that's fine.
Whatever everyone wants to do, really.
I think what we'll do is everyone who's registered for the conference, I think, is in a chat with Anthony and everyone else. So I might just put in, that week, just be like, hey, if anyone needs a ride, let us know. We'll arrange that. So that should be fine. I think it goes till Saturday, right? Saturday afternoon.
Saturday, yeah.
All right. So cool. They have released the agenda. They actually released it a while ago. Anthony posted that last week, I believe. But yeah, you can see Thursday we have the workshop. I don't know if everyone's going to be doing that. Is there a special thing you need to register for that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if you got,
I have a quick question, sorry, before I forget it. Since we're like driving down there in the morning, or we're getting at the hotel, and then do we have like a break or like a section of time where we're able to like get dressed up and get ready for the conference?
And also the conference is in the hotel, so.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's just like.
We have to, I asked them, I said, can we check in with it? So we have to call beforehand to see if we
Check in early. How much early are we getting there? Because I know.
The thing starts at 1.
The thing starts at 1, okay.
Or the registration's 12 at 1, so we have to be there between 12 and 1 direction.
Okay.
We're leaving at 7 or 8.
7 at the latest.
7 at the latest. It's around a 3.5 to 4 hour drive. Probably closer to 3.5, but yeah. But yeah, you can see the what's it called? The agenda here. Anthony posted on the Discord if you want to see it. But they have everything laid out. Something I think is cool. I don't know if they do this every year, but they have each of the presentations kind of blocked off based on topic. And so you can see on Friday, they begin with severe weather section where each of the talks in succession, they talk about severe weather of some kind. And they have a tornado block, another tornado block, another specifically a tornado damage block. And then there's this career panel here, which I think most of us will probably be interested in going to. I see that they have operational meteorologists on this panel. They have broadcasters on this panel. So many different professionals that you can talk to if you want to get into a certain field. They can talk to you about what it's like to work in that field, how to get into that field, that kind of thing. That's very useful for you guys to go to, I think. I'd probably plan on going there. And then you can see on Saturday is the half day, but they have another severe session. They have a flooding session and then another tornado session, I think, to wrap it up there. But yeah, this will be a very good conference all around. Lots of great speakers and a lot of great presentations. They have very little overlap, so you can attend any and every presentation if you want to. Another thing you can do, you can look out for networking opportunities. I know that's one of a big nebulous term, but there will be a lot of professionals there, and so we'll be trying to get in contact with many of them. You have a question?
Another question.
Sure.
So like obviously like the dress code is like business casual. I've never been to like professional. Obviously like COVID. Girl, I would love you. Okay, so I'm like, how do you not with like dressing, but like how do you go up to someone and be like talk professional? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
If I'm being honest, I have been to one professional conference ever and made like a couple connections there. It's one of those things like you may not like, there may not be anyone you're interested in connecting with there. But it's one of those things like it often happens organically, but sometimes you just go up and talk to like, hey, I like what you do. I would like to learn about this and talk about it. It doesn't have to be super.
I feel like people are a lot less threatening than.
Yeah, my dad always told me to like have questions to ask them, like about their work and everything.
It's not easy, I know, but it is something you do want to try and strive for if for no other reason than to get your foot in the door at something. I can affirm that it's an age-old adage, but it is objectively true that it is more than anything who you know when it comes to most opportunities, especially in professional opportunities. So just get to know as many people as you can, but also don't stress about it. Enjoy yourself, learn something at this conference. That is the main thing. Make sure that you learn something and that you enjoy it there. But yeah, there's something else I wanted to discuss as well. Dr. Thompson sent this to all meteorology majors, I think, but I want to make sure all of you guys are aware of it. The Lincoln National Weather Service office is opening up finally their summer volunteers. You can see this in the Discord in the internship section, but this is their website where they talk about this. Basically, the summer volunteer at a forecasting office is you going in, you're an unpaid intern. What you do is you go out and you see what they do, and I'm pretty sure you help in sort of day-to-day operations in a limited capacity to try and get you to learn about what it's like to be a forecaster in the National Weather Service. Let's see, they say it's around 10 to 20 hours a week over the summer for a total of 160 hours. So, 20 hours a week for 8 weeks during the summer. You'd be working in Lincoln in their National Weather Service office, learning about forecasting. The big thing is that it's not just about, learning about what it's like to be a National Weather Service officer. Obviously, job shadowing could do that as well, but this kind of opportunity, less so than pathways, but definitely still this kind of thing, if you are able to participate in one of these, you have a much better chance of getting into the National Weather Service once you graduate and are applying for jobs, because they will already know your name, they will already have your resume on file, and you'll probably be in contact with people from them in between when you do that opportunity and when you graduate. So this is something that let me see. They say juniors, seniors, and recent graduates can all apply. So I implore all of you who are entering your junior or senior year to graduate, We should strive to graduate as well, but seriously, if you think that you are able to live in Lincoln for 8 weeks of the summer to get this opportunity, I highly implore that you do. Because if you're even considering working National Weather Service, this is one of the best chances you have outside of getting a pathways internship, which is also a very good thing you guys should be looking out for. Question?
Every summer.
What?
Every summer.
It depends on the office. Most offices around the country haven't had them for a couple summers because of COVID, but most offices have like around 1 or 2 internship positions every summer. I know Jen was talking to us about a similar position in the St. Peter's office.
That's the St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis office. I don't think they emailed Western for that, but I think they might have a similar opportunity open.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Lincoln is like a 3-hour drive from here. It's half-hour drive from where I live, so I'll definitely be applying to that.
It's just.
Yeah. The other thing is that this is really easy to apply for. All you need is to send in a resume. If you need help with building a resume, you can let one of us know. Like me, I've been building a lot of resumes this semester, and so I kind of know the ins and outs of what to do to build one, especially for the National Weather Service. But yeah, just a little bit of cover letter telling you why you want it, your transcripts, and then just get one of your professors to write them a letter of recommendation saying why you want to do something like that. Yeah, I don't want to go too overboard on this, but like I do want to hammer home, like this is a great opportunity, and I want as many of you juniors and seniors, or those of you going into junior and senior year, to apply to these, because these are very excellent opportunities. I don't think there are any other graduating seniors in here. Any of you impending graduation soon? Okay, I don't think so. Dr. Thompson also emailed out another job opportunity, just straight up like a job, but I don't think that applies to most of you. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to cover for this portion of the meeting. Does anyone have any other questions?
Sorry, I keep talking about the conference.
It's okay.
We can talk about it more next week.
Oh, we can, yeah. Well, do you have any like specific questions?
I mean, obviously, we're talking about it more, but will we be able to meet up, the people who are going, meet up one evening or whatever, be free to talk about it?
Sure, we can stay after club that afternoon and talk about it. That works just fine. Okay, no worries. Any other comments or concerns? If not, then I think Anthony's going to give us a little bit of a presentation on what he did on Monday with Richard down in Texas. Thank you, Anthony. I'm sure you're probably exhausted right now. But,
Did you just get back or something?
I got back at 3:15.
oh goodness, I thought you had been driving yesterday.
No, we wouldn't have said yesterday.
Shit, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't put this on you then. I'm sorry.
No, I threw it together. It's not going to be anything special.
That's totally fine. I
literally threw it together in like 10 minutes. So, but yeah, me, Richard, and another gentleman from Peoria went down to the Southern Plains and into the Mississippi Delta region Monday and Tuesday. So one of the SPC outlooks from that day, minimize this. This is from Monday. We had a moderate risk, mainly for hail, and that, weirdly enough, it didn't hail. There was definitely 15% hatch, which gives it a moderate risk, but they were calling for 3-inch in diameter hail, and we did not see any hail at all. So this is going to be kind of the evolution throughout the day. So this is 6Z, so the very first morning outlook. This is the categorical outlook, and then here's the tornado outlook, so 15% hatched area. Hatch just means that they have the potential to be a considerable damaging tornadoes, stronger tornadoes in the hatched area. Then here was the next outlook at 11:30ish. Actually, this might have been can't see my time down here. Was this at 11:30? Yes, I believe so. So we went moderate here, and then now I got another 15% there, and then towards the end of the day, this was around 3 o'clock. We can see where pretty much the dry line was right along this cutoff edge here, as this was still the better environment for tornadoes for that day. Once again, 15% hatched. Now I'm going to kind of show a long list of what actually happened. Don't read all of this. I'll kind of just go through some main development here. As far as in where we were near, we were pretty much near Waco all day, and then went down to Austin, and was in that area. We're in the Round Rock area. I didn't put the ratings for these tornadoes. Round Rock got rated an EF2 135 mile an hour max wind tornado. And the ones around that were all EF2 as well. There was one EF3, I think it was up north in Oklahoma-ish. Killed one person and injured a whole bunch of others. But basically what ended up happening here, we can pretty much read this last paragraph as far as what's going on. Down south where we were near Austin, we had a very large, warm, moist sector. Most of the dew points down there were high 60s, low 70s, which is very sufficient for moisture to get your thermos up there a lot. And as you can see, mixed layer CAPE to reach 1,500 to 2,000. And all mixed layer CAPE is it averages out the 0 to 1 kilometer CAPE. The 0 to 100 millibar CAPE from the surface, just average it out and gets you a decent amount there. And then you had an approaching 80 knot, 500 millibar speed max, which was impressive enough. And then you have several supercells to develop with the primary initial thread of very large hail. That did not happen. And then basically the low level jet, this was the kicker here. The low level jet will shift east northeast during the evening, which it really didn't shift. It stayed pretty much where it was, and that really helped out as far as the hodographs, which we've talked about in Discord a lot, and attended SRH, which is storm relative helicity, which is basically how much spin is in the atmosphere. You know, they say may be adequate for tornadoes, but may not be particularly large for the supercells initiating along the dry line, which these supercells were pretty large themselves. So that was kind of, it might not have been along the dry line, but it was definitely out in front of it. And they definitely were along the I-35 corridor. Most of these crossed I-35 into Texas. And now basically from here, I'm just going to show some pictures. I have a few videos in here as well. So this was one of the first ones that we saw of I call this the big boy, but it was the strongest tornado of the day down there. Yeah, you can see it on there. So obviously we're looking at this little aspect right here. Is this little wedge thing coming through. There it is there again, zoomed in. This was just east of Round Rock after I think it passed through that town because we were on a road near Circleville up in there. And then there it is again, different little angle. This was when it was right in front of us. We were probably here quarter to a half mile away from this thing. We got even closer than this at one point, but there were people obviously in front of us that were driving right into this thing. And so another picture of where it was before. There it is again. And here's the video. If there's any cussing in this, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I haven't watched it fully. I literally threw it in here. I edited it a little bit. I don't think there should be, but if there is, I'm deeply sorry. So here, the tornado is actually right here. It's kind of grainy on here. It's a lot better on my phone. But the tornado is right here, and you can see this whole meso spinning once we get into this here. So what you can see here is you have your meso, but these right here, these are all rain bands wrapping around. And so this might look like something, but that's literally just rain bands around this. Like somewhat, yeah. But yeah, I think we started driving at one point toward the end of this video, and that's when we ran upon some damage, and I'll show that. Yeah, it was really neat being behind the backside. What do you mean exactly?
So like, you know, like we see diagrams of supercells and it's like ours like tilted up draft, you know. But like that doesn't look like, that's obviously smaller, but like does that mean it's more isolated or?
Well, this is just really up close. This is just a mesocyclone. So this is like a smaller scale, but if we were farther away, had no other storms, had a clear sky, you could actually see that tilted updraft. You could see that from far out. We're just really close to this thing at this point.
It's a little recent.
Oh, it's a kind of a hybrid. You can see it, but there's obviously rain bands flowing around here. At one point, it did get rain racked, but it came out. And on these, it just depends how close you are to it, as much as you can see. Again, there was a guy that, I don't have videos of it, but he drove past us, and we were talking to each other about it. As long as we see people in front of us, we know that we're fine, we're not too close. But he drove up so far, we lost his taillights. I saw this video. It was a good video, but I just didn't want to be that close. But yeah, so I mean, at this point, you kind of start to see we're losing a little visual, just because it's getting away, and then this backside range kind of begins. The damage. And then we hit the damage here. There's damage there. That house got damaged. That was an RV there. RV's right here. That's an RV. And this was like a storage place. And so that was, I mean, there was way more damage beyond that. I mean, the damage path stretched for miles on this thing. And so, no, I don't want that. And so that's the video. And then this was just another picture of some damage that we found along the way. And there's actually power lines on this road, so we had to stop. Tornadoes back over in here. But we couldn't make it any further. The only people that were making it were people in like SUVs that were literally taking the ditch to avoid the power lines. And they did the right thing. They're all parked up here. They ran up, checked on the people. I think they were okay. But we had to turn around because we just couldn't make it any further. That's all the pictures and stuff I really had. Ian showed the storm reports. I don't know off the top of my head how many there were. I can actually find out here real fast. We'll just go to San Antonio. We can actually, they should have all their stuff out by now. As far as this is one of them. I don't know which one it is. That one was EF2. But I don't know off the top of my head. I'm trying to find the ones that we were at. Fire danger. No. I don't know where to find the actual text for it right off the top of my head.
We're talking about the like in natural hazards. We're talking about wildfires. And just kind of laughing at the fact that Texas is on fire. How it was tornadoes and rain.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's the thing though. If you think about it, every single time there's a really strong upper level trough where you get severe weather, the complete opposite side, you're going to get fire weather because it's dry. It's going to be dry and the winds are going to be fast on the other side of that low. So anytime you have tropical, or not tropical, but anytime you have a trough that's really potent, on the other side of that, you're going to have fire weather. And so it seems every single time you're going to see red flag warnings on the other side of where severe stuff is. And so basically from what we were near Round Rock / Granger. And so that's where this EF2 came in. And then these two, we were heading towards Gerald, actually. We were heading towards this tornado. Well, originally we were down there driving to this one. This one tightened up so fast, we turned around to go get it. And then by the time we were about a quarter of the way into our drive to this one tightened up and had tornado reports around it. And so we turned back around and finally caught up to this one. I don't think we would have saw Gerald. I think that one was too rain wrapped. But this one, luckily enough, was not rain wrapped and ended up moving along for a long while. Some of these were on the ground for a decent amount of time. I don't know officially how long they were, but I know that they were, that one was only on the ground for 7.5 miles, the Kingsbury. They haven't actually put out their official surveys yet as to what's going on. They just released the ratings. But overall, like Ian had, there were a lot of reports of tornadoes. Only one casualty so far that I'm aware of. But yeah, that's really kind of all I had flung together real fast. You guys have any questions at all?
Are you going to the thing this weekend for IS1?
Do what now?
The thing we're going to, it's in Midfield.
No, I didn't know about it.
Oh, you weren't included that you got?
No.
Well, or maybe, that's other thing.
That's not a surprise. I didn't show up to the last meeting because I was tutoring a student, so.
I did.
And so, yeah, he didn't.
I'm going to hijack one of your videos real quick. If you guys remember the storm spotting class we had yesterday, they were talking about the difference between things you should call in versus things you shouldn't call in. They made the point to talk about scuds, which they're talking about basically low-hanging clouds that are, below the storm, the cloud base there, but they're not actually dangerous at all, and they don't actually indicate anything severe. And so this is a perfect example of the kind of thing they're talking about. Obviously, there's a tornado on the ground there, but this feature above it there, what you can see is that it is visibly rotating in your time. You see the rotation. It's about it's rotating up. So it's that sort of rotation is what actually is calling a storm. This kind of feature is the accuracy of but you see, like, even if it's a similar looking cloud picture, if it's not rotating at all, it's just kind of moving one direction. I just wanted to show you guys that a little bit, kind of demonstrate that sort of thing. But yeah,
Scud right there.
What?
There's a scud right there.
Well,
I mean, next to the tornado.
Yeah. I'm not worried about scud. Yeah, thank you for putting that together. Again, I didn't realize we got that stuff like
When did you have time to put it together?
I worked 5 weeks myself.
Okay. Well, I appreciate this. Kind of showing everyone what it's like to do that kind of thing. Yeah, you guys are really lucky. It's so cool.
That was a fun time. Yesterday was not so fun.
Yeah. Did you guys see anything yesterday?
No, not really. We were on storms that were warned, but they didn't do anything. Most of them did stuff. Way down south, which we had to drive off and just said screw it, or it was in the jungle. We just said screw the jungle. Yeah,
I didn't think you guys were going to go down that area. I know you guys keep chasing that.
As long as you're in the Delta region, you're okay. There's not so many trees. But once you get out of the Delta, then you hit the trees, and then it's not so fun.
That's fair enough.
When we drove back through the trees, and there's no way you could chase them. I mean, it was winding roads with trees both sides, as tall as Tillman.
Right.
You ain't see
Concrete. But yeah, no, seriously, thank you for putting this together. This is very cool. But yeah, is there any other things you guys want to talk about or discuss before we head out? You have a question?
Just wanted to ask, all the stuff that went down in New Orleans last night, was that part of the same system that caused all the tornadoes in Texas, or was that an entirely new thing?
It's the same system moving through, obviously, west to east over the course of the day. Yeah, that New Orleans footage that you had sent a couple other people was.
So one of the crews, was that there or was that Texas?
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's some scary stuff.
I saw another storm track of I think it was that tornado in the video I sent you, and it went over like 2 rivers and a lake, and I'm like, how does it not die?
Well, I mean, it's not the ground that fuels the tornado, right? It's just a spinning column of air.
Yeah.
And as Dr. Finch was saying, once you have something spinning up like that, it's very stable. And so, if anything, going over a river or a lake would keep that stability because there's less friction and there's less features to interact with it. So, yeah, no. I wouldn't have wanted to be on that boat, given that those people, all those people would have died if it had hit that boat. They would have all been dead. So they're very lucky in that regard. But
there was also, sorry, keep your. There's another video of a Chevy pickup truck that got picked up by a tornado, thrown, and then drove off.
yeah.
And like Reed Simmer said something about it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If there's nothing else, then I'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting here. A little bit of a shorter one after the spring break. I hope you guys are able to get some rest, prepare for next week, and then obviously the conference. But yeah, thanks for coming, guys. I will see you all next week. I'm not going to make you leave, but I am stopping the meeting. Thanks for coming, Anna. Oh, she left.